Professor Chua Ki-chiang, Dean, Faculty of Engineering, distinguished guests, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. We are indeed honored to have Engineer Ong Si-ho as our guest speaker today. Mr. Ong is the Managing Director of the Built Environment Technology Center at the Building and Construction Authority, or BCA in short. Prior to his current appointment, Engineer Ong was the Deputy Chief Executive Officer, Building Control in BCA, and the Commissioner of Building Control, also at BCA. His role in this capacity was to ensure that building works comply with the Building Control Act and regulations. He was a board member of the Professional Engineers Board and the Board of Architects, and had served as Registrar of the Professional Engineers Board. Engineer Ong is an alumnus with the NUS Faculty of Engineering, where he obtained his Bachelor in Civil Engineering with first-class honors in 1977, as well as his MSc degree in Construction Engineering. He also holds a MSc degree in Concrete Structures from Imperial College, UK, and an NUS MBA. In addition, he is a registered professional engineer, a fellow of the Institution of Engineers Singapore, and a fellow of the Institution of Structural Engineers UK. In recognition of his contributions to public administration, Engineer Ong received the Public Administration Medal Silver in 2004 by the Singapore government. For his outstanding contributions to the engineering profession, Engineer Ong was awarded the NUS Distinguished Engineering Alumni Award in 2012 and the Honorary Fellow of ASEAN Federation of Engineers Organization in 2015. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Engineer Ong to the rostrum.
Professor Chua Ki-chiang, Dean, Faculty of Engineering, distinguished guests, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I would like to thank NUS for giving me this opportunity to be here to share your achievements, pride, and happiness. I'm sure many of you had stayed up late last night and early this morning for obvious reasons. And I believe a large group of those of you who are here had been similarly burning the midnight oil for the past many years to get to this proud day today. So I would like to congratulate and thank this group. I mean the parents of the graduates who had worked hard, probably stayed up late, to provide support and encouragement to your children who have achieved this well-earned degree. Of course, I must also congratulate all the graduates here who deserve to be awarded with the degree for all the hard work you have put in. You have gone through your years in university in a much more productive way compared to the time when I was in university more than 4 decades ago. For example, you probably had tried multitasking while class is in session, chatting with many friends, among other tasks. During our time, we could only pass written notes to the one seated next to us. And the way you will be carrying out your work as civil engineers have also changed significantly now. So it may not be relevant for me to share with you most of my working experience. However, I wish to bring out 3 areas which may still be useful for you to consider as you start work as civil engineers. The first is on aiming to be registered as a professional engineer. The work of many civil engineers would require you to be a registered professional engineer. So I strongly encourage you to get yourself registered as a professional engineer. There is some effort in applying for registration, as there is a couple of examinations that you have to pass. When I was the registrar and a board member of the Professional Engineers Board for more than 15 years since 1999, we managed these examination systems for registration of PEs. We noticed that it was much easier for fresh graduates to prepare and take the first examination, which is the fundamentals of engineering, as soon as they graduate. For this reason, the Professional Engineers Board has recently amended the rules to allow students in their final year of study to take the first examination, even before they graduate. And coincidentally, this rule comes into operation from today. So I would encourage all of you to take the first PE exam as soon as possible after your graduation. My second area is on safety. Civil engineers play a vital role in designing and implementing solutions for the built environment sector to ensure building and structural safety in Singapore. As civil engineers, safety is mission critical on both fronts. Safety for yourself while carrying out the work, and safety of users of the products that you are designing and constructing. Safety in our industry is one area where there should not be any compromise. All of us must strive to ensure that our career as civil engineers is free from compromises in safety. This may sound formidable, but is achievable. As we go about with our work, we need to be constantly alert about the need for safety, all during the whole life cycle, from design to construction, maintenance, and usage. The recent regulations on design for safety requires all designers to ensure that what you have designed can be built and maintained safely. This is on top of the usual expectation that the completed design will stand up as a permanent structure which meets the safety requirements. A prominent engineer who had considerable experience in designing innovative buildings and an expert on structural disaster, his name is Led Zeppelin, once said, engineers should be slightly paranoid during the design stage. They should consider and imagine that the impossible could happen. They should not be complacent and secure in the realization that if all the requirements of the design handbooks and manuals have been satisfied, the structure will be safe and sound, unquote. The best lesson on avoiding engineering failures is to study case histories of past failures. When I was the Commissioner of Building Control in the BCA, we monitor and track all over the world failures and share with the industry the lessons learned. My third message is on commencement of your continuing development. It is important for civil engineers to build deep engineering expertise, to uplift your capabilities and improve the standard of the industry. The landscape of the industry is also changing. For example, in the built environment sector, the BCA is pushing hard to change the way we build. The industry is now in the process of adopting some of these changes. One area of change is on design, where building information modeling, or BIM in short, together with integrated digital delivery, are introduced in the design processes to integrate the work of multidisciplinary teams. The other change is on construction, where the concept of DFMA, which stands for Design for Manufacturing and Assembly, is used to construct buildings in factories and to assemble them on site. As you begin your professional life, it is useful that you keep abreast of the changes as the industry transforms. And you should avail yourself to the numerous continuing professional development courses and training programs to hone your professional skills. The NUS Engineering Faculty, as well as the new setup in NUS called the Scale, are avenues where you can look up for continuing development programs. There are also others like the Institution of Engineers Singapore Academy and the BCA Academy, where there are many continuing development programs for you to choose from. So how do you start from here? I would recommend you start by becoming a member of the Institution of Engineers Singapore, or IES in short. There are a number of committees within IES which you can join, and that is where issues affecting the industry are discussed. As an active member, you will be exposed to fellow members of the community and also get to network with senior members. Lastly, as you head into the new world of professional life, let me express a word of caution. You might already have or may hear from some seniors that civil engineering is a sunset industry. Don't be discouraged, it's not true. The Minister for National Development has reminded the industry several times that we are not done building Singapore. There are many mega and long-term projects on the drawing board, some of which are Changi Airport Terminal 5, Tuas Mega Port, Greater Southern Waterfront, redevelopment at Paya Lebar Airport, large-scale reclamation and coastal works, plus the continuous development works to accommodate an enlarged target population of 6.9 million. This reminds me of the time when I started my professional life after graduation at the Changi Airport Phase 1 construction. Now the Changi Airport Terminal 5 project is almost as large as the current airport. So you have graduated at an opportune time to be involved in all these large-scale projects, which can last throughout your whole career as civil engineer. So I wish all of you the best, and let me convey my congratulations again to all of you. Thank you.